episode 200. Usually I have some kind of witty intro for everybody to listen to. Usually it's about what we're going to talk about. It's about what it was similar to, things we talked about in the past, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to do any of that this time because I'm going to start off by saying episode 200. I'm pretty proud of this. This has been 4 years in the making. Started this podcast in 2020 in the fall of that year during the pandemic. And that's not why I chose this film for number 200. Although it's not lost on me, there's a weird kind of morbid, dark humor symmetry about it. And don't anybody take it out of context. I'm not trying to make light of the pandemic. Nothing wacky. All right. This is not some sort of crazy statement from yours truly. I just happen to love this film. And it just so happens that I am buddies and podcast with folks across the pond. And it just made a lot of sense. Never done this movie on the show before. So we're going to hit it today. If you're watching the video right now, then you know who are along for the ride. And we're going to get to it in short order. But first, let's do this. Shaun of the Dead is a 2004 romantic zombie comedy film. I didn't see that coming. Directed by Edgar Wright and written by Wright and Simon Pegg. Pegg stars as Shaun, a downtrodden London salesman who is caught alongside his loved ones in a zombie apocalypse. It also stars Nick Frost, Kate Ashfield, Lucy Davis, Dylan Moran, Bill Nye, and Penelope Wilton. It is the first film in Wright and Pegg's Three Flavors Cornetto Trilogy, followed by Hot Fuzz and The World's End. As we said, directed by Edgar Wright, written by Pegg and Wright, produced by Nira Park, starring the aforementioned actors and more. Complete running time is 99 minutes. This film was originally released March 29th, 2004 in London, and then April 9th, 2004 in the United Kingdom, and then September 24th, 2004 in the United States. The budget for this film, this is always my favorite part, was $6 million. The box office is $38.7 million. I suspect it may have made some cash. And that is your lowdown for Shaun of the Dead. So Jay and Joe, this is not the Two Nations podcast. And if you're watching this on video, you're thinking, wait a minute, the screen's all out of whack. Jay should be on top.
It's Two Nations on the Dead.
Yay. Oh my God.
Yes. That one chamber, aren't you?
It literally come to me as we were doing the intro.
I never had that. That's wonderful. Yeah. So as we're kicking off, man, I can't get past that. As we're kicking off this movie, Jay, since you hit the home run out of the park here, the opening salvo, what do you think about this flick, man, overall? Are you a fan of this trilogy of films or what?
I love the Cornetto trilogy. It's brilliant. And also, when we were talking about, like, when we were planning this, I think all three of us have a different favorite. Weirdly. So I think that should be licensed for us to do all three at some point. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's just, it feels timeless as well. It's not often I'd say a film feels like timeless, but this kind of does, because even though, like, obviously there's a lot, like, it's a 20-year-old film, there's a lot of kind of like dated references. You could probably like release this now with very little rework to kind of like make it more to the modern day, and it wouldn't feel out of place.
That's fair. Yeah. And honestly, Thomas does feel good. Joe, is there anything in this film that dates it for you at all?
I mean, there's like the uses of it's more the background stuff of like the bigger tellies and the fact that he's playing a PlayStation and stuff like that. But again, it just puts it in a time period. But it could be anyone because he's such a sort of loser that's probably the television and stuff that he has in the car he drives. And I'd say all of the Cornetto trilogies are set in their own sort of unique sort of timeline that is timeless, because Hot Fuzz could be anywhere.
Yeah.
And I hope World's End is this is the only one of them that isn't set in like a weird backwards village. This is the only one that's set loondon. But
I was gonna say.
But again, it's just this. I think this one is the homage one, and then the other two are their own unique takes on stuff. But this is their their love letter to your Romeros and your it's great as well. Like I said, I recently rewatched this, all three of them, and while I do love this one, Hot Fuzz is always going to be my favorite. Just is. I don't know why. I love this film. I'm okay with World's End. But yeah, Shaun, that's the trilogy running order. It's Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, then somewhere else, World's End.
Yeah, I think this one might be my favorite. I love Hot Fuzz, but I get so frustrated with everyone that's telling him he's crazy. The cops who we think are crooked and are just they're so irritating.
Yo.
Oh, it's the line with the swear box. Leslie Tiller was murdered, and he just starts putting money into it. Like it's That's why I like it, because it is like Jay Young, like a Midsummer Murders-y sort of crime whodunit sort of thing, which is very uniquely British.
It's kind of like a cross of Midsummer Murders and The Wicker Man.
Yeah, and then at the end,
Rambo at the end,
yeah. I think that's why I like it, because this is pure homage to zombie flicks. And the other two seem to be like mashing stuff together. But yeah, this is again, this contains some of my favorite lines. Some of my favorite. I think this is the first time we're properly introduced to Nick Frost as his acting chops, rather than just being Mike in space. Which is again not a bad thing at all, but he's very sort of one-dimensional in that. Whereas there is layers to him and stuff. And again, just it's an all-star cast. Bill Nighy's great. The woman who plays his mum, whose name I've just forgotten, and I had written it down somewhere, but she's tremendous in it as just like everyone's mum. It's a brilliant thing. The bit where they pass each other, and it's when we get to that, it's a veritable who's who of like British comedy that all agree to be in it. And then if you watch the extra bonus DVD bits as well, there's extra little zombies in there who were famous people and stuff. It's all lovely little bits. I'm looking forward to this, even though, as I said, I only watched it 3 weeks ago.
It'll be cool for me because you guys can tell me, yep, that's right. Nope, that's not where they say it is. Nope, that's you know what I mean? That's cool for me.
No, I'm not one of those people that tube line doesn't run on that service. Yeah, no, it's a film, isn't it? Like,
you gotta give me some of it.
Oh no, yeah, I will, bits of it. But again, it's all fairly location based. It's a lot of interior shots. There's not a lot. Like it's just and for his first sort of big-ish film, Peg. I think this is
it's insane how much of like this kind of made Simon Pegg. Like he literally went from like being in space to this, and then just getting loads of film offers off it.
Yeah, and I mean, if you go back far enough, he was an extra in Bill Bailey's comedy sketch show thing. He was played off against him in that, and and then now he's in the Star Trek films and the other one, Mission Impossible.
Star Wars as well.
He's in Star Wars. Well, but he's always wanted that, hasn't he? And like The Boys, like again, powerhouse performance in that for bits of it. It's just all that from space, essentially.
This we talked about this before we started recording here, kids. This film, some of the filming locations for this film is the Winchester, of course, the pub from the movie, located in South London, but the majority of exterior filming took place in the Crouch End, Highgate, and Finchley areas of North London. 83 Western Park. This is the address of Shaun's house where one of the movie's most complicated shots was filmed. Lionsdown Avenue, New Barnet. This is where Philip turns into a zombie. Spoiler alert. And some Jaguar stunt shots were filmed. 37 Abbott's Gardens in East Finchley. This is the exterior of Barbara and Philip's house. And Garland Electronics, located at 763, 765 High Road, North Finchley. This shop is where Shaun works as Forey Electric.
Mm.
There you go.
I think it's because North London looks more like London to Americans. Like it's kind of more Paddington-y, I think. It's a lot of
That's
those
fair.
sort of streets.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of London isn't like that. But
Yeah.
if you want that, watch Attack the Block. Yeah.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
what a great film.
Joe Cornish, who does appear in this, directed that.
He does appear in this.
Yeah. See,
Nice.
I'm just out of the gate. I've come with
Man.
facts today, boys.
We haven't even hit
Not
play
just
yet.
hyperbole like I normally do.
We're getting Hallmark, Joe, today.
Oh no! This is a good film. This is why I'm happy because I have to watch a good film.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
nice change of pace, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, kids, if you have ever followed along with a watch along / audio commentary of this show, then you know how we do this. We will set you up to begin with. We'll count it down. We'll tell you where we are on our screens, our respective screens. And then as we go, we will drop markers. I'll probably make you crazy with it, but I'll drop markers and let you know where we are. If you need to pause for whatever reason, go ahead, go for it. You can always come back. Be sure you pause the podcast, of course, as well as the movie, and then just catch back up. We will make this fun for you, I promise. I haven't seen this film in a long time. I didn't want to watch it before today. So when's the last time you guys saw this? Jay, what about you?
Oh, God, it's got to be about 3 or 4 years ago since I last saw it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joe, did you watch it already?
I watched it a couple of weeks back because
Okay.
it's one of me and my friend's favorite films because it's just infinitely quotable. And he just come around one evening and I was like, let's stick it on. Before we decided to do this, so it's probably been like a month and a half or so. But again, I could watch this. I did watch this film repeatedly for a long time when it was on DVD, just because it's just a great film. It really is.
Yeah, I'm anxious to get started. So, well, Joe's got a leg up on us, Jay, so we're gonna have to try to catch up here. But he'll be ready for the jokes. Be like, oh, I forgot that joke was there. So it'll be okay. So, kids, here's what we're gonna do. I am in the States watching this on the Amazon Prime, and I think the boys are watching on Netflix over there. Yeah, is that right?
Sky.
Sky,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So wherever you're watching it, you may or may not be timed the way we are timed. I'm showing a 139.25 total, and the guys are a little bit under that. So your timing may be a little off, but if you're off, it will only be by a few seconds, I would say. So the key here, kids, is to time it up at the very beginning. So I have let it play for 2 seconds and then paused it. And what I have is the horizon line of the Earth. You see the orange over it and the dark sphere under, and that's as far as I've gotten. So if at any point during this, kids, you get lost or maybe you're far ahead, you know what to do. You know how to work press and play. If you don't, you're probably not listening to this anyway. So I know how to work technology. I'm just saying. All right, kids, we're going to count this down Lethal Weapon style. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, go. Okay? Not go on 1. 3, 2, 1, and then go. All right, here we go, kids. 3, 2, 1, and go. We have the lights illuminating from the top of the globe now.
have a
I
almost
have
Warriors level sounds as well.
Yeah.
there it is.
I have
Which is
Universal the full pick.
Yeah.
Now black, and now the sky's coming up. Boom.
Yep.
Big shout out to Troy Grant out there, who, if he were watching along, would probably be 2/3 of the way through the film by now.
Watching
I
a
hope
different
Troy sees this and hears it.
He'll be up to the fight in the Winchester at the end.
Kids, we got our snacks. I got a bottle of water. I got a can of nuts. I don't drink, but I got pub food here, at least in this country. There you go.
Ghost
Actually,
Town.
there's something that's aged it immediately. I'm smoking
Smoking in
the pub.
pubs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
I
miss that.
completely forgot about that.
Staring off in the distance. This is Kate Ashfield as Liz.
So, he's so oblivious.
The great Nick Frost. Fair to say that Shaun's just kind of skating through life. You know what I mean? Not even aware he's even there, you know?
Yeah.
No, I mean, what?
There's a line from Great Gatsby where it's he's so dumb he doesn't even know he's alive.
Yep. Oh, David died. And the fact that they're sat there is, again,
Yeah.
it's just these great pull away jokes.
How method do you reckon Dylan Moran was in this film?
Can I get any? Oh,
I feel like he didn't have to do much acting.
no, he always comes across as like. I mean, he's not.
He's a
full
very
Bernard
cynical
Black
man.
here, but
Yeah.
Oh. So where do you guys know the majority of these folks from? Like before this film?
Just UK TV. So Dylan Moran is from his most famous thing is a show called Black Books about a guy who runs a bookshop.
Runs a used books shop in London.
hates
3
everybody.
seasons of it. Simon Pegg appears in an episode of that as a sort of semi-psychotic Barnes and Noble style bookshop owner next door. It's very good. It's only about 18 episodes of it, but it's very good. Simon Pegg from Spaced and literally everything that we said before. Lucy
Davis was
The
in The
Office.
Office, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Pretty much a big role.
but I think she also is
Not
the
handled,
lady
but-
in Wonder Woman, the assistant lady, like the
Yeah.
with a load of not pyrotechnics on her face. What's it called? Prosthetics.
I'm just trying to find the cast.
Blanking out again.
It's just it's just the day-to-day world, isn't it? But
I'm saying. That's the checkout. That's the checkout line in this country too, I promise you. What's it? And look, if anyone's seen this movie before, we assume you have. All of this is effing great because we see it all replayed later. It's so
this
good.
is it. It all sows seeds to stuff further down the line. It's so incredibly well done. It is one of those ones that if you haven't seen it, you'll have to watch it a couple of times because you'll forget or won't pick up on stuff that isn't there.
And this bit here,
State of this flat.
I love this. Just freaking look on his face here. So good. Are you guys zombies fans? Because I'm gonna tell you something. If a zombie film is well done, I'm out. I can't stand it psychologically. It gets to me. I can't do it. I'm a big baby.
Yeah, big zombie fan.
Are you? I can't do
Yeah.
it, man.
Although that said, like The Walking Dead, I really did check out of because it was just like it's got to a point where it's a bit.
I checked out too.
As
Yeah.
your trademark shots as well there.
Yep.
Oh, the Edgar Wright shots.
Edgar Wright shots, yeah. Of just extreme close-ups on mundane activities.
So good. How do you pronounce the actor's last name? I don't want to butcher it. Pete?
Peter Serafinowicz.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Again, incredibly funny man, incredibly talented man. If you haven't seen them, hunt them down. I think they're on YouTube. His whole sketch show. He had a 6-episode run called the Peter Serafinowicz Show that has him doing like Terry Wogan, and so he's a very good mimic as well.
Yeah.
But like Terry Wogan getting just absolutely off his nut during like points of view. It's
Also the voice of Darth Maul.
yep.
Hmm.
It's the voice of a lot of things you don't even realize.
Yeah.
There's some references peppered into.
Night
Night
of
of
the
the
Top
Living
left.
Dead. Yeah.
Oh no, I
Night
mean
of
just
the
like
Skull.
as callbacks later.
Mhm.
Top left, reload. It will come into play.
Do we know where all of the the action and all that, was that just like a little bit of fun and they just got stuck with it and kept doing it? Or do we know if there's a reason for all that or no?
What you mean,
He
the
did
Edgar
it.
Wright shots? I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just his trademark
Something.
sort of thing.
It's so funny, man.
Yeah. Because they did bits like that in space as well, didn't they?
Yeah. But of just someone making a cup of tea or
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
I'm a little. I paused for like a half second accidentally, so I may be a little behind.
that dates it as well. That big yellow
Yeah,
pages,
the big yellow pages, the answering machine.
answering machines. Yeah, all right, I take it back.
But that's what I mean. It's only like little changes they'd need to make for
That kid,
it
you're
to like
dead.
to be like like more modern day, isn't it?
But again, it's that thing of it stands out perfectly on its own as just a thing of the time.
Yeah.
Where are you guys? I may need to catch up.
He's
just
on
walking in the shop
curb to me.
now.
Yeah.
Well, Joker's just gone past.
Yeah.
Looking at the bin man and lady in the blue coat.
The man really doesn't like him.
No. Ah.
This is all the lost cat pictures as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I am. I'm trying to catch up with you, man. I really effed myself up here. So the guy's washing the car in front of him, and he trips over the curb.
Yeah.
Are you ahead of that?
Yeah. So he's in the shop looking at the newspapers.
Gotcha. All right, I'm
No
there.
beer
Wow.
today.
No beer today. Yeah, that's when you know it's bad when the guy gets you. Little.
Oh, what an Easter egg! The song is called Zombie Nation.
Oh, what?
Yep.
Wonderful. We see our first collapse. I just saw the collapse.
Yep. The guy in the wedding suit behind him. Pay close attention for later on. I have a fun fact about that.
Oh, nice. I love all these kids. They could care less. Or couldn't care less. Get that phrase screwed up. I love he just answers the phone in the middle of him talking to him.
I don't care.
I love it.
Also, it turns out he's buying drugs off Mike as well. Not Mike, but yeah.
Then he makes another call. There's an eye in meat pie. Keep your hair on, Granddad. What a great line.
Oh, I'm 29.
29.
Yay.
Got red on
him. Got red. Here we go. The first reference to the red.
Yep.
Wonderful. And Jay alerted us that he has the whole getup and didn't even wear it for the show. Come on, Jay.
I love that when he's been going through like the TV shows, then Trisha was there, like that's like a talk show, kind of like Maury, but she actually got a credit for that.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Wow.
Hey, it was.
Here's his stepfather.
What a great actor.
I pronounce it Nye, but is it Nighy? Is that it?
I believe it's Nighy.
Okay.
He's not going to come around your house.
I don't know. We do have like Bill Nye, the science guy in this country. Maybe that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But again, just all that, all the military trucks whipping by. Just oblivious.
All the evidence on the TVs as he was standing there, and he didn't look at any of them. I like that kid a lot. The freaking phone.
Bye, 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 bye. Also, the place that does all the fish.
Yeah.
So
I love the way it is, like, just like subtle little things getting less and less subtle to reveal.
Oh yeah,
what's
yeah.
going
To
Case in
with
point.
the pigeons, to a wonderful mum or pow super mum. The first one, please. It's
And we just saw the guy running down the street, like, again, oblivious.
but that's it. Living in a big city, you don't pay attention to anyone else because it's none of your business what they're doing. Like, but
Especially like London as well, where it's
yeah,
very like everyone's just in their
no
own
one
world.
makes eye contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave up Walking Dead during the Terminus season. That's when I stopped.
I did the Ezekiel season.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like the season after Terminus, but I
Wow.
just got a bit fed up of it.
In the season intro of that Terminus season, when they put them on their knees over that horse trough, and then put the
Yeah.
camera down where the trough is, and then slit their throats, I'm like, I think I'm out. Like, I appreciate that it's not real. I'm a big boy, I get it, but there's some stuff I'm not putting in my head. I'm just not doing it. So I'm like, yeah, I think they're pushing more for shock TV now with this show, you know?
Just down, and he's looking through the phone book. The place that they're going to is called the place with all the fish.
Wonderful.
There was one called the Gammon Restaurant as well.
Yeah.
Now, kids, you may or may not be where I'm at, but I'll tell you where I'm at. He's on the phone. There's a busy signal right now.
This
He's talking
outrageous
to Ed
act.
on the couch.
John will do you a toasty. Oh.
The biting the phone bit's really good. I like that. What is a toasty?
Grilled
Like a grilled
cheese.
cheese.
I like
But you
grilled
have a
cheese.
special machine that like clamps the edges down and makes them into liquid hot, like fondue triangles.
Like a panini press.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
seals it
Wow.
around the edges.
Nice. And she hangs up on him.
Noticed on the telly then people in hazmat suits. Failed actress and a twat.
I never said she was a failed actress. Doesn't deny the twat part though. Yes.
I'm going to skip ahead a bit. So right now I'm getting, you promise you try drinking red wine instead of beer.
I'm just a bit ahead of that. He's just throwing the packet of cigarettes across the room.
Yeah.
Man, I really got behind. I'm gonna be like Troy. Man, I never should have made fun of Troy.
It's the curse, mate.
I'm telling you.
Yes, we do.
So right now I've got them sitting beside each other, and she
Still
says they're
wonderful
for your...
mum.
Yeah. Remind me not to touch the mouse again. By the way, have I ever shown you the mouse? Look at that bad boy.
Nice.
The eyes light up. Oh, isn't that cool? Can't see. I love this thing.
I've got a boring black mouse.
Oh, mine's got all lights and buttons on it, but
This was a gift, or I wouldn't even have it. I didn't even know it existed.
mine's a professional one. I don't know what all the buttons do. I've never pressed them.
The rain coming down is just perfect. This guy, can we call him a lovable loser? Maybe not such a real loser, but you know, maybe.
I think it just like if again, it's essentially Tim Beasley from Spaced. It's just a further extension of him, which I'm assuming this was Simon Pegg's life, like because it's written with such accuracy that it has to be based on truth. Hog lumps.
George A. Romero, legendary director, kids, if you're a horror film, you know this guy. He was supposedly so impressed with this that he asked him to cameo in Land of the Dead in 2005 as zombies.
He literally cameoed as Shaun.
Did he really? Shut up.
He was dressed as Shaun, yeah.
It's awesome.
I don't remember seeing that. I probably have, but
I'll get the picture. It's very good.
it's on random.
The whole lighting a shot on fire, is that just a gimmick? Is that just like to, you know what I mean? I legit don't know what that does.
Burns the alcohol off.
Yeah.
I've never understood why you'd do that if you were
Trying to get alcohol. Why would you burn?
Well, the amount of videos I've seen where people set their faces on fire because it doesn't go out properly.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. These stories Ed tells now of these people in the
Snake hips. Love it. He invented the mobile disco.
He's a bigamist.
When asked by an interviewer why they chose to have slow-moving zombies instead of running zombies, Simon Pegg simply replied, "Because death is not an energy drink." Love it.
I've just sent you guys the picture of Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg in Land of the Dead.
Ah, yes, I have seen that actually.
Wonderful.
But I get that's because they're not zombies. Like 28 days later, they're not zombies. It's a virus. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
They're infected.
I do like the fast zombies because
I don't.
Sort of the dynamic.
I'd actually say that even though it's not zombies, that like 28 Days Later is one of the best like films like that. It's just so well done.
Horrifying.
Yeah, it is horrifying.
It's just bleak.
It when isn't it a church? He goes, it's real quiet, and he makes one sound, and they all start sitting up at the same time, and you're like, oh no, oh.
He said.
And look behind them at the phone booth. By the way, phone booth, that dates the film, perhaps.
I think they still exist in London, but purely.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they're purely used for like public latrines.
Oh,
gosh.
It's the idea that this guy is 29. He's still hanging out with his best friend of years and years and doing nothing with his life.
Yeah.
We can all relate to that.
It's like Ed's holding him down, though, isn't he? That's the thing.
He is. That's a great bit.
What a tip.
But again, it's that thing of, I'm not saying you have to grow up and get boring, but you have to be responsible.
Yeah. There's the roommate, not happy.
Because this.
It's the fact is. It's the fact as well. He's still got his name badge on. He's still got the same shirt on with the bit of red on.
He's channeling Roy Kent right here, I believe.
We split up with Liz tonight.
We split.
Yeah.
Oh, he just about had it.
But look, like, he stood behind. This is it.
Yeah. That'll come back to him.
That'll come back to haunt. Yep.
Yeah.
They're making another 28 Days movie, by the way. It's like 28 years later, I think.
It's really, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the first one. The second one's fine, but
yeah, the first one's brilliant.
That end sequence where he just goes into that barracks is just terrifying. In 28 Days Later, the whole end run of it.
Pete has just revealed he's been bitten. Uh-oh.
Yep, some crackhead bit him.
Some crackhead. He said next time I see him, he's dead.
Yeah.
There you go.
Such a good one.
I do like the fact that the original 28 Days was grounded in some sort of reality, because the explanation at the end was they stopped because the human body needs sustenance and they couldn't keep moving anymore. I thought, that's brilliant, because you can't explain to why zombies keep moving,
Danny Boyle does that, isn't it?
I mean, the scientific theory, if a zombie outbreak happened, it would burn out very quickly because of heat and
yeah.
I mean, but again, I'll be all right. It's like you said, not to reference it back to COVID, but stay inside and be safe. Nah, I'm still going to go out and do stuff. Cornetto.
Yeah. That's why we're doomed.
This is like a.
What is Cornetto, real quick? Because I'm not sure.
It's ice cream, right? So I've gotten to two people there. So it's like so the reason it's the Cornetto trilogy is because there are 3 base flavors. There's vanilla, mint, strawberry, and mint.
It's hazelnut and chocolate is blue, which is Hot Fuzz.
Oh yeah, it's
red is strawberry and green is mint for thingy. I don't think it was ever originally intended to be that, but it's the references to Cornettos that they just put in all of them, and I think they do eat the matching ones as well. But again, it's the one thing I miss about living in London is these shops where there's just everything in them piled up.
He doesn't even notice.
Doesn't notice it, but you notice. He gets a Diet Coke now because he's trying to change his life.
Yeah, bloody hands on the glass door and doesn't see it.
Yeah, he nearly slips on the blood stain.
He slipped. Yeah, he slipped. Oh, it's so good. This is life. We're all oblivious. That's the point here. I love it.
I asked a friend of mine as well. The Hindi or Punjabi or whatever it is radio thing there, it's just basically going, the dead are rising, stay indoors. But
that's wonderful.
Yeah. But again, it's just a shot for shot of him going at the shop before, but everyone, and he's so obliviously hungover.
Oh yeah, strawberry cornetto.
Yeah.
He'd even tripped over the curb
with the colour themes as well, because there's a lot of blood and stuff in this, and
yeah,
Hot Fuzz is very blue. color palette.
And then World's End's sci-fi, isn't it? So
But the aliens have got like the green eye lights.
That's only like it's aliens, isn't it? So green. Oh yeah, there's the fellow
Is he
from the
dragging
wedding.
just a loose lead? That dog's well munched up.
Yeah, missing his arm.
Yep. The actor who played him only has one arm, and that's why Shaun stood in front of him in the shop, so you can't see his missing arm later on. Yep.
That's
awesome. Really good.
He's a famous newsreader as well, isn't he?
That's lanky sex pest Vernon Kay.
That is lanky sex pest Vernon Kay.
I love how all the programs fit together. Great.
It's just like, how long's he been stood there looking out there with the curtain over him? He's a child.
I'm just now to that. I must still be behind you guys. All right, so here's what I'm getting on dialogue. Hold on. He's going to the window now.
Oh,
he opens the curtain. There's the girl. I'm behind you again, aren't I?
Yeah, it would appear so.
It's got to be how the movies are timed. You know what I mean? How they're, I don't know what the correct term is. Let me jump forward a bit. Where are you right now?
Mary's just about to turn around. That's Mary from the supermarket checkout before.
Yep. She just turned around from me. He said she's so drunk.
Yep, there you go. You bang on.
Thank God. Well, kids, we hope we can keep up.
The fact that they can't notice that he's got like a big gash on her leg as well.
No.
Yeah. He's like, listen, I just come out of a relationship. I'm really flattering everything, but just...
I'm getting the camera. It's insane how many like near misses Shaun's had already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh. The way they just stand there. Oh.
Ed's reaction's priceless.
Oh my.
It's like he's got the same reaction of like a kid knocking over a vase.
Yeah, she's standing up, kids, if you're trying to market. I told you I didn't like horror movies. Oh. Got to trying to wind the camera. Oh, that big dude right there. Shut up. Fire engine. Wait. Yep, they're still there. I like how he walked back and stood into position. Yeah, what should we do? Like,
it's just that. What should we do? Have a sit down. It's the very British way of dealing with things.
Let's sit and talk about it before we make a plan here.
Here he comes.
And again, because he didn't shut the door.
Again.
He didn't. So he didn't turn the knob. They just didn't shut the door.
But he already said, didn't he? Before, like, the door's open again. So he's got an arm off.
They're throwing all this crap at him.
Put all the soft furnishings in the house.
Yeah, a pillow. Ashtray. Oh. I'm gonna shut the front door. So, what do you think you guys would be like in a zombie apocalypse? You think you'd be an alpha male and really take charge? Or you think you'd just be waiting for somebody else to kind of follow the leader?
I'd probably just hole up and hope for the best.
I think that's my plan. I'd just like nip out the shop and then I'm set. Yeah.
Not sure what I would do. You always like to think that you'd, help people and whatnot, or would you just save your own skin and keep running? I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm very handy with a bow and arrow. Like,
Are you really?
yeah, mate.
Okay.
Badges and all sorts. Yeah.
By the way,
just brought everything out the kitchen.
Yeah, the little basket of stuff.
Yeah,
Aim for the head. Yeah, great shots.
A monk tree. It's just like the most useless things to bring.
Oh. Common household items to fight the zombie apocalypse. And then the basket.
Ugh, always goes through me, that one.
yeah.
But again, the reasoning of
Albums. All right.
Batman
They
soundtrack. Alright.
I like the Batman soundtrack. No, Batman 89. It's not a bad soundtrack.
I'm behind again. I think you guys are moving faster than I am. He said, Dire Straits, throw it. That's one way to get in.
It's just the thing, you expect him to heroically kick it open. He just falls through it. It's
Yeah.
like...
Is that a cricket bat?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I only know that because of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. Cricket?
Yeah. I'd definitely. I was like Cornetto not melted.
You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket. I like how they're just back on the couch again.
Yeah, but it's just like Shaun is genuinely like upset. Ed's just eating his Cornetto. Like there's not a care in the world.
I'm sure the answer is yes, but these are real people on the TV, yeah? Are they? Or are they actors?
The newsreader's a real newsreader.
Oh.
Yeah, it might be like a London or Central sort of thing, but
I think he's off Sky News.
Oh, possibly.
Oh.
He's quite. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he's quite a famous newsreader, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, you prick!
Is that what they call them over there as newsreaders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why in the world don't we call them that here? That's what they're technically doing, is reading the news. Over here, it's newscasters.
Or anchors.
Yeah.
Anchors.
Jeremy Thompson. He's been in like quite a few films actually, as well as a newsreader. Well, as himself.
She's engaged. That was quick. Still got the jokes.
It's just again such a mum thing. They're trying to get in. I just closed the curtains. That'll make them go away. Then, yeah. It's
just pretend you're not home. They'll leave.
Yeah. Put the radio on.
They're not Jehovah's Witnesses. What are we doing?
Turn all the lights off.
I may have to kill my stepdad. And there's the line. We're coming to get you, Barbara. Send more paramedics.
Love it. Night of the Living Dead reference. They narrate the plan. The way they're running and all smiling is wonderful. Skipping.
Yeah.
Then he does the toast. It's great. Cheers.
I believe this piece of music is also called Zombie as well. Perfect. It's a reference for nobody, but you remember the Darling Buds of May? No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I might jump ahead again. What'd be funny is if the people listening to this are on my watch and not yours, and I keep making them skip ahead.
I don't see how. I mean,
Yeah.
if anything, your version's slightly longer, so
I know. It's odd.
I like this.
It's got to be. I don't know what to call it. This is the third way for all this to blow over I've seen just now. How's that for a slice of fried gold? Yeah,
Yes.
boy. Okay. So we're almost there. Avoid all physical contact with the assailants. I like the assailants.
Well, you get that conversation. There with the don't say the Z word.
Don't say that. What? That what? Z word. Don't say it. That Edith in The Walking Dead, they'll never use that word.
They don't in many zombie films, to be fair, do you?
No, but like,
apparently this shot there, where he throws his badge down, took like 40, 50 takes because it had to bounce just right. Apparently, according to the director's commentary. Just you'd be curious, wouldn't you?
Didn't Kirkman say in the Walking Dead universe, in that universe, there never been a zombie in entertainment. It would never been a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they never use the word. I'm like, all right, man, you're the one making all the money. That's fine.
The books were great. I really enjoyed the books. Just couldn't get into the TV series. First season, I was like, all right, it's great. Second season, nothing happens. They spend all the time on that farm with that kid with his eyes that are in upside down. Nah, it's not for me.
Yeah, it was weirdly slow paced, the TV show.
It's just, it's the idea of everybody's so terrible to each other. Forget the zombies. We'd never make it because of each other.
Well, that's the thing, though, isn't it? That's how quickly it falls apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's come for his 6p he owes him.
Oh! The car alarm wasn't a good idea.
Darby Allin.
Did you see the shopkeeper had his hand out like he wanted his money?
Yeah. He's come for his 6p that he owed him for his Cornetto.
Wonderful. Yeah. Oh, the body bag moving on the thing is, that's hardcore.
I think we've hit someone.
Oh! Oy vey. Remember a European Vacation when they hit the tourists like 3 times during the course of the movie? They kept hitting them with the car. That's what it reminded me of.
It's just a hello, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. All right.
Hey.
Got red on you.
Just noticed he's got a little chunk of hair missing.
Yeah,
I've never noticed that before.
I don't know why. Assuming he cuts his own hair. It's the only thing I could come up with. And he forgot to put the guard on at first.
It seems like he would have an unexplained scar. That, you know.
Possibly.
The song that was playing when they were driving and getting in was Orpheus by Ash. Obviously, Orpheus in Greek mythology went to the underworld to rescue his wife.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Layers.
So many layers.
Oh. Again, just
we had our jabs when we went to the
Isle of Wight. I'm okay, I ran it under the cold tap. It's such a dad thing. It's also, you do not need jabs for the Isle of Wight. I checked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit behind you. They're talking about the doctor coming for me. This would be most people in this country. No, this isn't real.
What do you... Again, because like in Shaun's world, zombies are a thing.
Yeah.
But the fact that you see people biting other people and going, you'd be like, zombies, right? I've trained for this all my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I started writing a zombie story. I've got the beginning of 100 different stories and never committed to any of them, but it was set here where I am, of course, but I call it Kentucky Fried Zombies. Nice. I guarantee you it's already been taken. Guarantee you. But that's the shtick, is that the main lead is a woman, and then the guy that she runs into is, like you said, been training his whole life for this. Yeah.
I love how, like, in the like 2 minutes that's passed,
he's just totaled the car.
He's totaled the car, but also that Bill Nye looks like he's literally on like death's door.
Yeah.
Not that it matters now.
Yeah, wreck the car. Jeez. Oh, he got him.
Also, Ash.
Oh, I'm just now to the point where the kid just bit him, and he's beating up the second kid now.
Yep.
Here's a good bit. Because of the timing and similarity of the names, distributors were forced to hold this movie back until 2 weeks after Dawn of the Dead was released in the UK.
I'm
I didn't
pretty sure, Joe, you might be able to confirm this for me. Didn't it come out on TV before the cinema? Or am I imagining that?
No, I remember there being a big advertising campaign for it on like the tube doors and stuff in London. They wouldn't have put it on
I thought
TV
they'd done like
first.
a limited release on like a one-off on TV, and then did a cinema
Maybe
release.
it doesn't ring a bell.
Because it was done by Channel 4, wasn't it?
It's in partnership with Channel 4, I'm fairly sure, yeah.
It took her long enough. Hello. Jesus.
Lots!
How?
All right, kids. I'll tell you where I'm at and see if you're here with me. He's explaining to them why they've got to get out of there. He doesn't want to do it.
We're up to them
ahead.
busting out of the house.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. You're on
I
that
don't know how
wagon.
you keep falling so far back, man.
I love that. Like, I love that David's got an umbrella and he's scared to use it.
Yeah, it's the most. Again, you said any blunt object you can find.
All right, let me see if I can jump forward a little bit. Kids, we hope you're still managing to fall on with us. All right, tell me where you are right now.
Peeling out and just mowing people down in the Jag.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm there.
He's deliberately swerving into people.
He says, "Your dad all right? He's not my dad. He's bleeding. I know. Just be
Yep.
careful." Okay. Oi! There's something else. You know, earlier we heard Nick say the N word. There's something else that didn't age too well.
Yeah. Yes, they can. Dogs can look up.
Dogs can't look up.
To the point where his stepdad is now talking to him.
Yeah.
This is surprisingly touching. I remember this kind of getting me when I first saw this movie and being in the middle of a comedy.
Peaks and troughs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like how bad the death scene is there, where he just goes, is very much a nod to or a wink to George Romero.
Yeah. God, maybe don't draw like a maniac.
I was thinking that, like, you could have just
Well, Joe, this is back to your point. He's a bad influence on his friend.
oh yeah.
He's no good
Yeah,
for him.
he is.
He's
I
really
said the
not.
fact is that, you know, this is very much a life and death situation, and he's still treating it like it's a game. Like,
Yeah. Then he just left him in the car. Like, open the door.
the child locks were on, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, he could have very easily helped.
Yeah. He's just standing there. You guys like Zombieland?
Yeah, first one's brilliant.
Yeah. First one's good. I didn't care for the second one. I like the cardio. Remember, he's like, cardio, most important thing. You know.
Always check the back seat.
Yep. 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 All the rules keep you safe. God, she's not listening to him at all.
No.
Oh, wait. He turned the music off. That's freaking great. It's not the man you married. There's nothing left. Oh.
Oh, Snake Hips.
Snake Hips is dead. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, it's visceral, isn't it, that?
Yeah.
But again, it's that even though there is the zombie apocalypse on, he's still trying to win her back. This
Yeah.
the
There
moment.
we go.
So that's Jessica Hines, or Jessica, whatever she was called before, who was in Spaced with
Mhm.
a co-writer of Spaced with Simon Pegg. That's
There's Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman of everything,
The Hobbit.
Oi.
Else.
Hobbit, and also the Office, the British Office with Lucy.
And the MCU, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reese Shearsmith.
Reece Shearsmith, a tremendous comedy actor and writer from League of Gentlemen, Inside Number 9. Tamsin Greig from Black Books, behind him.
I love the way they're all like literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Matt Lucas at the back.
and
there
Matt
as well.
Lucas with a terrible wig on. I didn't
Yeah.
clock who the mum was there, but I want to assume it was Marsha from Spaced, just because.
Probably.
Yeah, they're all it's like doppelgangers of each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just pass
love,
each other.
I love they replicate that in Hot Fuzz
Yeah.
and the World's End.
Again, it's the little
That's great.
runners all the way through them.
Yeah.
Again. Such a mum thing.
The fence bit is repeated in both
Oh,
of the
yeah,
movies, isn't it?
Yeah, if you've never taken a shortcut. But different jokes each time.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Rule of 3, innit? That's the thing.
So the day of the zombie invasion, we did not know when he's going through the middle of goes to the corner shop and all that. That is all one continuous shot. No, it's one
Yeah.
take, the whole thing. Pretty cool. Sometimes there'll be, cuts and you can't tell because they're done so well.
Yeah. There's quite a few like continuous shots throughout this film, which really you don't realize until it actually happens. Like, oh, yeah.
Him hitting that trampoline, that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, the little trumpet. Swing ball!
Oh. All right, kids, just to mark where I'm at. They got the kitty furniture trying to take out the zombie in the backyard.
We've just had him get impaled on the
That'd be
tree.
fine. I'm going to check if the coast is clear. He goes up a child's slide.
All right, that just happened for me just now.
4 foot off the floor.
I always think it would be funnier if he had gone down the slide instead of going down the steps.
How many are there? Lots. It's again. He just does it so officious, going up that ladder, and then he's like, "Do you see anything?" No.
No.
So
Lots.
good.
It's so. Oh my god.
Lots.
A camera pulls up, and yes, there's lots.
Lots.
Wow.
And again, this ripped off in The Walking Dead.
It was.
Yeah.
Hmm.
She does never
Captain
fail.
Wow.
That's so good in this film.
Again, he's just such an awful person, Ed. Like,
He's such a knobhead.
I'm not out there yet. I'm still in the backyard where they're practicing how they're going to do this.
yeah, this is it. But
Oh, no,
it's
that's
Ed.
where we're up to.
It's Ed.
It's just laughing
I'll do
at
it on the night. This is the night. It's Is that Bill Bailey?
Right. It did look like Bill Bailey,
I don't
but it
think it
looked
was.
far too tall to be Bill Bailey.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it's just a man of a
Just
certain
a
age.
man with a skullet. I imagine. Do you reckon those two biker
There's
fellas were
tyres.
meant to-
From space to there. Oh, hey, oh, there we go. Oi,
I don't know if
oi,
I'd have
you
the nerve to
lucky,
do
lucky
this.
lot.
Be walking like that. I don't know if I could do it. I'd be like, nah, I'm gonna sit this one out.
We do the quiz.
I like how the girl in a wheelchair is still pushing the wheelchair. Freaking what? Uh-oh. He's explaining to him through the door how they know him.
We do the quiz. It's
Yeah.
it's- oh yeah, of course it's you. Also, we're in here
Oh!
every single night.
He takes the call. I'm behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I can't really talk right now. Did you get the thing yet? I'm right in the middle
Oh.
of something. All right, guys. Do you feed him to the herd so you can get away now?
I would, yeah.
I'd feed daffs to the zombies.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Ed still has use, because I'm fairly sure I can run faster than him.
Well, that's fair. What's the joke? I don't need to be the fastest guy. I just need to be faster than you.
Don't
Yeah.
need to be the slowest. Yeah.
Yeah. He breaks the window because, you know.
I mean, it's a terrible place to go because look how many open windows there are there. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that depending on which zombie law it is that you follow, you still retain certain parts of your old personalities. That is it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the one in the shopping mall? That's where they all flock there because that's where they would go.
Right.
Oh,
Muscle memory.
Dawn-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead?
Dawn of the
One of
Dead,
them.
isn't it?
I think so.
With the blue
I mean-
Buddhist guy that gets whammed by them bikers. Yeah.
Has Shaun just proven he is indeed the hero of this story? What he just did? I mean, my
He's
God.
the only one who steps up.
Yeah.
And like,
There's the flowers.
like even though, yeah, it takes a zombie apocalypse to make him, become an adult.
Yeah, really.
But everyone else around him makes terrible choices all the way through it, and he's the only one that actually does well.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that his plan is terrible.
Yeah.
Although saying that as well, it would be a lot different in America because you have access to firearms, whereas here they have to go to the pub to get a gun that may or may not be real.
Yeah. There's like 10 guns per person in this country, if not more.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But to be fair, the thing they've also got in the pub is pool cues. Which, I mean, sharpen that, killed a lot of zombies.
They got what now?
Pool
The
cues.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of pool cues behind them there.
But if you look at Dusk Till Dawn, depending on what kind of zombies they are, they're vampires, I know, technically.
They're vampires.
But, yeah. I don't want to get into, hammer horror semantics of this.
When I was watching The Walking Dead, I worked with some guys who watched as well. So we always talked about the show, and then we started talking about survival scenarios, and we decided that where you want to be is the day it happens, you want to be able to get into the huge box superstore that has power generators before anybody else can get in there. And you barricade the doors, you got food for years potentially.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done when I was working in the supermarket. I would have made sure I had the keys.
Yeah, just wait it out,
Lock
man.
myself in there.
Just wait it out because there'll be, again, maybe I'm crazy, but like this idea of what's over, there's no, that's it. No, someone's going to come up with a way to combat this. You know what I mean? May not be normal folks like us. It'll be somebody that comes up with something.
The thingy was terrible. The film was terrible, World War Z, but the book was very good. And it just basically consisted of them just forming, like, it was... I'm supposed to talk about Shaun of the Dead. This is not. But they formed, like, military squares and just had people sleeping in the middle, people firing, people bringing ammo, people loading stuff in, and it was just piles and piles and piles of yeah. And that was how they dealt with it. We just shoot them in the head.
Wow.
The book's very good. Would recommend the book. The film's terrible.
What's the book now?
What was it?
World War Z, Z, whatever you want to say, because it's told from different sides of the conflict. It's like survivors' stories. It's the film's terrible. Just Brad Pitt running around in Beirut in it or whatever. But
But he's Brad Pitt. He's so pretty. Saying
I don't want that in my zombie films. I want ugly British men like Ray Winston in there.
I did see that. Did they make a sequel to that or no? They were talking about it.
I don't know.
It seemed like there was talk about it, but I don't know if they did.
If you can get the audiobook version of it as well, because all the stories read by different people, and I'm sure Alan Alda does one, and it's just nice to hear Alan Alda's voice.
Oh, what a great, iconic voice. Bill Hader has a great Alan Alda impression. It is spot on. Look him up. You'll freak out.
Peter Serafinowicz does a good one as well.
Really?
Because he used to do a thing on YouTube called O News, which was like a rip-off of like the celebrity news thing, and it
Yeah.
was Alan Alda. What was it? Going through the phone book to write his Christmas cards to people, or it was something complete. Michael Caine making a Christmas pudding for Christian Bale is another one. But I cannot get a silver sixpence, so I have bought a prepaid credit card and put 6p's worth of credit on it. Yeah, yeah. Paul McCartney complaining about his neighbours. Yeah, they're daft. But he's got a very good mimic. He's a very good impressionist, as well as a very funny man. Like I said, if you haven't seen the Peter Serafinowicz show, I think they're all on YouTube. They're well worth watching.
Nice.
Just I love Brian Butterfield. The Butterfield diet.
Butterfield is the best one. The Buttertendo.
Yeah.
A tennis ball is coming towards you. Type hit ball. You missed. 50.
And now we have. I just got the scene where he flipped the light on outside, and all the zombies are at the back door.
To be fair, every pub I've ever worked in, the only way you know what those switches do is through trial and error.
Why would...
Ed!
I must still be really behind you. Right now, I got Ed asking if she's got a quid. Oh, that's right. Doesn't he play the jukebox?
No, he goes and puts it in the puggy, in the fruit machine.
Straight up.
Yeah, again, right? Everyone else is starting to realise and deal with, like, the impending doom and horror of this situation.
The gravity of the situation, yeah.
Yeah, and he's just... Now the jukebox has come on. It's on random.
It's on random. Oh, that's such a good callback.
Oh God, here we go.
It's not that. Is that not a thing that we used to do in the pub all the time when random songs would come on the jukebox? It's on random. Who's put this on?
Yeah, at this point, Ed's dead. I've already thrown Ed out there.
Yeah, I'd have.
Yeah.
Here's who you need. So here's who you need in your zombie survival group. All right. Again, I've thought about this stuff for years because I'm a freaking nerd. You need a mechanic. Okay.
Yeah.
You need a guy who's very good with weapons, at least one of you. You need a medic, at least some sort of medical training, right? And you need someone that can make coffee. That's my crew right there.
I need someone who's observant for when someone gets bitten and nobody notices.
Yeah.
Right.
Why would you flip them up and down? It's I
got to be honest with you. Unpopular opinion, one of my least favorite Queen songs. Not a fan.
It's overplayed, to be fair.
I'm just saying, isn't it?
It's very overplayed. Love the song, but it's overplayed so much.
Yeah, but in this instance...
Oh, in this, it's amazing, though. It's
fun fact as well, they had earpieces in so they could beat him in time to the music properly.
That's great. That makes me like it now.
I mean, Queen is just sparks for knobheads anyway, but...
And I'm sure this gag's already played itself out, but we never referenced it. The cause of the zombie invasion is never properly explained, and when people are about to, they get interrupted by something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, he's gonna die in his head.
I like how the girl and the mom were jamming to the song.
It's a bop. Shells.
Oh!
Oh, the dart in the head. Yeah.
All right, kids, if you're following along, the old man just went through the jukebox. Shaun has a dart in his head. And for the last time. And then he shotgun accidentally goes off.
Yeah. It's not a shotgun,
think I
it's a
was
Winchester
right.
repeating rifle. It's the gun that won the West, I believe, isn't it?
That's what they say.
Isn't the guy who invented them like have his house constantly being rebuilt because he didn't want all the ghosts of the people that had been killed with his rifle coming to get him?
The
That sounds
Winchester
familiar.
house, it was Lady Winchester. She basically went mad when her husband died and just got like projects built on the house that never got finished just to keep the builders around.
Because of the
Because
ghosts.
I've been there. It's a very bizarre place.
Interesting.
It's like it's in California somewhere, isn't it?
I've no
tracks.
idea. I don't...
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to think. I think it's between Sacramento and LA.
That's like expecting Oppenheimer to get a good night's sleep ever again in his life. Like, how do you?
Yeah.
How? Yeah. Yeah. Knowing what you did, what you put out
Terrible
into the
shot,
world.
Shaun.
I've never fired a gun in my life. Have you?
Fire air rifles.
Haven't even fired an air rifle.
Fired a BB gun if that counts, but that's been since I was a kid.
And that's your reference from earlier on there when they're doing the shooting.
Yeah.
At this point as well, Barbara reveals she's been bitten.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
didn't want Shaun to worry. Again, she's such a lovely woman.
Oh wow. That bite.
Even a bit of a bite as well. It's gnarly.
Oof.
Yeah, they've took a chunk out of it there.
Well, actually, you'd have bled to death at that point anyway.
You would think it's right there on the wrist.
Yeah.
Oh,
but no, when they're doing the
quite
shooting
deep as well, isn't it?
Top left, reload. It's all the stuff from before when he's helping Ed play.
Yeah.
Time Splitters, I think it is.
Yeah, it is Time Splitters.
Okay, just fun little
terrible
callback.
shot. Yeah.
Terrible shot at that range
Terrible.
as well. It's either like he's not at the fair trying to win a. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The sights are crooked, so you can't hit. It's like the carnival. Yeah.
There's Alan Partridge, Alpha Papa at the end. Forgive me, Susan. Yeah, it's.
Oh, good old Alpha Papa.
See, but this is the mate. This is the bit. Like.
Oh. They just all left him there at the window, by the way.
Yeah, but then also they're just not moving in the background.
Yeah, they're all kind of stuck in the window.
Just stuck.
I think it's the Mr. Burns germs thing. They can't all get through at the same time.
What else has the mom done, by the way?
I don't know.
I'm fairly sure
I thought
done
maybe
lots of British drama.
I thought maybe you guys knew her.
British things, hasn't she?
Daphs is right.
Yeah, but like that's his first instinct is to go after her. She's just laying there.
Yeah, but like when his stepdad turned, like Shaun was very quick to be like, he's not even there anymore. And I know it's
Yeah.
different, but I think also because it's Daffs and he hates Daffs as well. Like,
Mexican
Yeah.
standoff, right?
he is very easy to hate. Also, in the subtitles, then when she calls him a twat, it's in capital letters.
By the way, the
She's-
Winchester is the Model 66. It is the same weapon used in Night of the Living Dead and Night of the Living Dead in 1990.
Oh, of course it is.
Wonderful. Now the truth about Liz is coming out.
Oh, well, it's not about Liz. It's more about Daft's infatuation with Liz.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shaun's last name is Riley. It can be seen on a poster ad from Shaun's disc jockeying days. Because I don't think they ever say it out loud.
Oh, it's brutal.
Yeah. You're a twat. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, I think that's a callback to when they're insulting Peter Serafinowicz. He just, he's just, again, he's always behind him, just egging him on.
You guys are right. They're just all kind of hanging out outside the pub now. No one's making any forward progress. Because you got to let the scene play out. Maybe they're just nosy. The zombies want to hear. Yeah, what's going on? They're all the zombies out there going, yeah, he's being a twat, isn't he?
He is. I can see why you left him, Liz.
Yeah, we should go in there and kill him now. And there's Mom the zombie.
Let's wait, because
oh yeah, let him finish. And he hands him the shotgun. You coward. Every group has a coward, by the way.
God,
I'd be afraid that'd be me.
I'm quite good under pressure, so I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Plus, I have nothing to live for, so.
Oh. Perhaps today is a
Oh,
good
that's
day
Paul
to die.
Putner, eh?
Which one?
The Curious Orange and why pull his legs? Guy that's like biting his neck. It's legendary British sketch actor Paul Putner.
You know for a fact, like one of the things Simon Pegg pitched was at some point Dylan Moran's gonna get ripped apart by zombies.
Because buddy, it's not pretty.
We can make a prosthetic head for him and everything.
I mean, I wouldn't be near the windows. I don't know what you're thinking, but
Ed's gut instinct is to make a Molotov, though.
Dwayne Benzie, friend.
All right, for me, the glass just shattered and they're starting to pull in through, so I know I'm a little bit behind.
Oh, we're in full chaos mode at this point. Everything's gone wrong.
Yeah.
Dies ran off, and it's just the three of them.
Zombies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm looking away. I'm looking away from that. I don't care how phony it looks. I ain't watching it. You can't. Oh, yeah. You can't make me.
It looks. It's very, but it is very Romero. It's very Troma-y in a way. Like
it is quite Troma-y.
Troma I can do. Troma's ridiculous.
Troma's just a melon with a wig on it 90% of the time. But
has that terrible Toxic Avenger remake come out yet? Starring what's his name?
Don't think so.
I call it terrible. It's not even out yet. My hopes for it are not good.
One, and they're going to try and do it seriously and properly. And it just doesn't. Awful. Yeah, like the whole point of Troma films is deliberately not deliberately low budget, but
they're a little bit crap.
Yeah, but
Plus
they're doing
they're-
the best they can with limited resources.
Starring Kevin Bacon, Elijah Wood, and Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage, yeah. Plus, the classic Toxic Avenger had the shots of the naked girls and everything's natural. Because as a young man, I appreciated that. So, how did he get there naked? By the way, how did he get there from that apartment? He walk all the way there?
Yeah, why
He
not?
left
He's
the
got
door
nothing to
open.
do all day, has he?
Well, yeah, you're right. He's got nowhere to be. Oh, yep.
Also, if he
left-
retains a
he
bit
left
of
the
his
door
human
open.
thingy, he hates Ed, so he's going to hunt him down in the afterlife.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But he's just like, Ed, even then, look who it is. Like, it's fallen in. The pub has, Stalingrad has fallen. And he's still doing it.
There's an old guy in the black leather coat with the gray beard, and all he's doing is this. He's just standing in one place doing his arms like that. I'm sure the director said, "All right, you guys just make some motions, and we're going to shoot the scene." He wasn't even moving. He wasn't even walking.
There you go. That's the crux of it.
Be good if one of the zombies stopped and looked at the fire and said, "All right, now this is uncalled for. Okay, this is hot. You're gonna hurt somebody. All right. There's a lot of alcohol in here."
Yeah, I was thinking, would that work as well? Would it burn long enough for that length of that scene? But it's a film, innit?
Didn't Mythbusters try this one about the bullets and fire to see if they were going off? It wasn't for this movie. It was for something else.
It feels like Indiana Jones, isn't it? I think. Doesn't it happen in one of the Indiana Joneses? The first one?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Where the Nazi guy burns his hand on the talisman of Ra, or whatever it is, yeah. I'm sure there's bullets on the bar. I don't know.
The way No, I think you're right. The way they time that Temple of Doom chronologically is supposed to come first because of the way they set the time. Dumb. Like, why'd we do that? So, what would have happened had they stayed and not gone there? Would they have been in any better shape? Yeah.
Oh, the house is a wreck. There's no way.
The house was already the back window was put through, and only a matter of time before someone.
Yeah.
Because Ed would have put white lines on maximum volume because he got bored or something.
And the rest of them in that apartment building would eventually have gotten killed because you can't not make sound forever, right? Or no?
Yeah. I think the Winchester was the best option, but then obviously with David throwing the bin through the window, he's just fucked the whole thing.
Yeah, if they could have snuck in round the back.
Yeah, if they had gone through the back door like Shaun had planned.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Whenever they deviate from Shaun's plan, everything goes wrong.
Yeah. But again, it's just too many open. I think they'd have been fine. Liz and David and Di would have been fine because
they would have been.
There's a security. There's a fairly heavy duty security door.
They're on the second floor.
Yeah, and there'll be another card swipe buzzer in if it's in the flats I lived in. See, this is the bit that annoys me. I don't think zombies would have the intelligence to look in the cellar.
Depends.
They'll just follow the sound, right? One of the many things that took me out of one of the many things that took me out of Walking Dead was the scene where was it Michonne traveling with her brothers? She chopped their arms off and cut off the So she's in the woods talking to this other character, and she turns to leave, and there's a tree falling down, and her brothers are going, ah, And then, and they step over the tree. They consciously step, because the actors are like, I don't want to trip. And I'm like, you should, like, no one caught that behind the camera. Like, they're going, safety first, guys. Let's step over the tree. Yeah. I'm like, how did that get out of the editing room? I don't know.
That was a trauma shot there, where the van parks on top of the zombie.
Yeah.
Because you can tell it's just an inflatable doll.
I tell you what, they've been slow to act at this, haven't they? If they've had like the whole 36 hours? 36 hours.
Is it? Oh well, from the outbreak, yeah, because you got the night previous.
A lot of tiebacks here.
Surviving.
Has there been any more talk about these guys coming back together for maybe a fourth movie or a new trilogy? Has there been anything happening?
I feel like there's always talk that they might do like a Shaun of the Dead 2. But I don't know how they do it.
I don't know.
Doesn't need it. If you're gonna do it, do a new.
I feel like Simon Pegg does and Simon Pegg and Nick Frost do a lot of films together anyway, don't they?
Mm.
But it is.
I just wonder if they ever come together for a new project with Edgar Wright. Something brand new.
I was going to say because that Paul wasn't great.
Not
Paul
great.
was not very good.
Good concept, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Edgar Wright.
Oh, there you go. It's here.
All right, kids. By my clock, the what are we calling these people? An army? This is the army. What are we calling them here?
Yeah, it's the army.
Yeah, it'd be the army.
I was about to call them National Guard. It's wrong country.
That'll be it'd be the army, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So over there, like armed forces, you have a navy, you have an air force, yeah.
We have an army as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's just them. That's why all the trucks were rolling past and stuff in the
Mhm.
opening. In the opening sort of 20 minutes, would have been them rushing to stuff. But if you don't know what you're doing and you go in again, World War Z, it's the Battle of Yonkers. Where they try to kill them with technology, and it turns out unless you take their brain out, they just keep getting up.
Yeah.
So they were hitting them with all these things, and you just got flaming zombies coming at you and stuff. Because I like as well the shed. Sean's clearly fixed the shed.
I like the fact as well, like the flat's a lot more tidier now because it's literally just. It's just Shaun and Liz there now.
Yeah, kids, by my clock, we're shuffling through the TV again. It's been 6 months since the outbreak happened.
You got Trisha there again.
Joe, just on the end credits, I think.
There's Noel. Oh my God, it's great. Pushing the cart. And now they're using it for entertainment purposes.
Which feels very much like that Black Mirror episode with the fat people. Yeah.
I love Black Mirror. What a great show.
You go to bed with it?
That's Trisha. That's like the real the British sort of Ricky Lakey, Maury Povich sort of thing.
So low class, low bar is what you're saying.
Not as bad as like Jeremy Kyle, but yeah, it's still trash. Early morning trash, like
daytime trash
for unemployed people and housewives. Yeah. I don't mean that in a horrible way, but some people that would ever see it if you were at work.
It has a target audience for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So our hero has got the girl in the end. Things.
But look at the flat. It's almost like when Ed tidied it, and then had a couple of cans.
Yeah, this bit with Ed at the end is freaking great.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. I didn't see it coming when I first watched this movie, I gotta be honest.
It's that bit when he comes in, look at the shed door. Like, Shaun's just clearly nailed it back onto the strut, and that'll do.
Yeah. And then Ed's like comprehending. He's like, oh,
Well,
okay.
Well, again, in the news bit, it does say that they retain their like base instincts, and I think Ed's base instinct isn't that far away from his actual intelligence anyway. So
that's fair. Yeah.
the only thing is, he's going to try and bite him more now than he would have done previously.
Yeah.
Because he's still
more
doing
than he ordinarily would have.
He's still doing his right turn Clyde. Yeah.
Yeah. Even when he's even like the way like when he's doing the gorilla drinking the pint at the start, he's basically the same.
It's the mimic of
same
that,
mannerisms. Like
Not a lot really changed. So
no. Oh, what a great film.
And a bit of buzzcut to finish off with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you have it, kids. Through a lot of Tom being off because F and Troy hexed me from way over there.
Yeah, it's all Troy.
There's a bird in somewhere.
Tom called down the thunder and he got it. So, freaking Troy. Troy be watching this going, I wasn't even there. What are y'all... What's going on? I don't understand.
He'll just feel himself being really angry and he won't know why he's angry right now. He'll just be really angry.
What's that thing over here we say, if your ears are burning, that means someone's talking about you?
Yeah.
My mom knows all of those. She's got them off.
If it's your left ear, it's good. If it's your right ear, it's bad, apparently.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've never heard that one.
Yeah, that might just be something that someone said to me and I believed it because it's all nonsense, isn't it?
Well,
like
we assume it's all.
If you open and close scissors, the seagull will lay eggs in your belly. Like, it's just nonsense, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. My wife believes that if you did, when you get scissors and you go looking for stuff to cut up with them, if you open and close scissors unnecessarily, it'll rain on your wedding day. That's what her mum told her.
I've never heard that one.
Again, I think it's like literally old wives' tales. It's
It is old wives' tales.
If you eat raw sugar, you'll get worms. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say if you eat raw sugar, you get fat. I thought that's what you were going to say.
Well, that as well. Yeah, sitting on cold ground will give you piles. Yeah.
Eat raw sugar, you get fat.
That's true.
And eat raw sugar, you got worms.
If your nose is itching, it means someone's coming to see you. If your right hand itches, you're going to shake the hand of a stranger. If your left hand itches, you're going to get money.
Left to leave, right to receive, apparently.
Hey, I like that.
That wasn't even the Buzzcocks. That was Ash as well, doing the cover of the Buzzcocks. I'm quite annoyed now.
There was quite a lot of Ash on that.
I'm going to say.
They did double dip on Orpheus, though, because the tonal part of it made sense.
Yeah, they, by the way, as it sits today, as we record this here little podcast, this film on Rotten Tomatoes is sitting at 92%.
Who has put anything less than 100 for this?
I know, right? Such a good movie.
Again, there's no wasted motion in it whatsoever. It's a perfect thing. Everything feeds into either something else or sets up something for something else further down the line. It's funny. It's got heart. It's got
so many callbacks when you think about it.
Yeah.
And it's got little bits to other stuff they've done and other stuff they set up for other films further down the line, which I'm fairly sure they never set out to make a trilogy. It's only because this did so well. And that's why I'm assuming the budget for Hot Fuzz was a lot bigger.
And then World's End was even bigger. Because Hot Fuzz did really well.
Yeah, I watched Hot Fuzz like 3 times in the cinema because,
brilliant film.
Just for that bit where he flying kicks that old lady in the face. Even thinking about that now makes me chuckle.
Wright has said that he came up with the film while riding in a cab with Peg after the excitement of filming the zombie episode in Spaced, and while watching a horror film with both Peg and Nick Frost. There you go.
Is that the one? The zombie one? It's where they go to the art show, isn't it? With David Walliams.
Oh God, yeah.
It's
you're
not
asking.
finished. It's finished.
I
And
need to
then
revisit Space because
he's been up all night doing cheap whiz, and then he gets there and necks a load of red wine, and he eats Twiglets, and he's not allowed to eat Twiglets because they make him violent, and he just starts lamping people because he thinks they're zombies. I think that's the one. God,
excellent.
yeah. Again, if you haven't, hunt them down. I think there's only 2 seasons of it. It's about 12 episodes. Total
Yeah,
of Space.
it's a great show.
If you can find, if there's an American DVD version of it, get that, because on the subtitles options there is a reference option, and it just puts up at the bottom what every little reference is that's happening in scenes to other films and stuff. It's a nice little bit you can go, oh, great, that's from an obscure film I've never seen, but I'll go and watch that now because they think it's cool.
Well, the trick for me is that as long as I don't do a podcast on the show, I'll be able to watch it. But the moment I decide to do one, I'll have to pay for it. That's how it goes with me, man.
Again, it's only a scramble at the last minute. Otherwise, I'd have been watching it on one of those sketchy sites. But yeah,
yeah, the one that the moment you go to the site, everything instantly slows down. Your computer, like something's not right here. Yeah,
one of them black command windows flashes up briefly. Oh, what's happening here? Yeah,
the government's watching. You're like, oh crap.
Why is all the text on my computer turned to Russian?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Start getting phone calls and the person just breathes and hangs up. And you're like, what is going on? Yeah. Well, there you have it, kids. Episode 200 is in the books.
Woo!
I'm telling you, man, 4 years on. I got to before we give you guys a chance to give your last word here, I got to run through the guest list. First of all, big shout out to Phil Lindsay. I've recorded more with Phil Lindsay than I have anybody else. And I counted up the number of episodes at one point last year, and it's big. And I'm like, oh, I was like, did you have any idea? He's like, I had no idea. But he and I have been recording together for a while now. So shout out to Phil. Let's see, who else we got? Chris Mueller, the doc. Shout out to Chris. Nathan Wortman, of course. Christopher Ray Patton, who was going to try to be here today, and he couldn't make it. Troy Grant, shout out to Troy, even though he hexed me today. It's fine. Marie and Sarah from Peaches and Power Bombs. Ben Jackson. Where has Ben gotten to, guys?
Oh, he's a busy man at the moment.
Yeah,
Is he
at the moment, especially, he's got a lot on his plate. Yeah.
He's a very busy man, yeah.
Yeah.
In a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
That's good. Shout out to Ben.
We'll get him on another 6M.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. Yeah. Ray all day. Shout out to Ray. Faye Divine, of course. Shout out to Faye. Ashley Tate. Shout out to Ashley. And Greg Ramsey, who is a longtime friend of mine, known this guy for 30 plus years. He was actually the original co-host of this little show. And he and I did the first dozen or so episodes together. And then he gracefully bowed out to move on to do some other things. And that's when Phil picked up the torch, and we've been running ever since. And then, of course, thank you two guys for being on all the time. And the Two Nations show, we're still plowing through. Yeah. So we'll get through it eventually. But let's take this home, guys. Let's start with you, Joe. What's your last word on Shaun of the Dead?
If there ever was a definition of a cult film, this is it. Like you said, filmed for $9 million, which in 2004 money isn't. I mean, even in now money, it isn't anything. But has gone on to influence so many other films, is infinitely quotable, which is for me the mark of cult cinema, and has spawned, it spawned Hot Fuzz, it spawned so many other things after it. I'm not going to say the name again, but it was also, I think, like the kick in the pants that like British cinema needed to realize that it doesn't have to be Hugh Grant going, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, because that's all we had was like Four Weddings and a Funeral, Love Actually, all that dreck, and it was like, no, we can do like action and zombies and horror, but we're going to do it in a British way. I think that's why it works so well for me. Again, as a British person, I think like a lot of the stuff. I hope we explained some of the stuff that was in there, but a lot of it is so inherently British that unless you have someone sitting down going, "This is right," that some of it might be lost on the international market. But it's having rewatched it then. I love that film. It ain't no Hot Fuzz, but it's a close second.
What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, this is one of my comfort films. Like, if there's like a day, just picture the scene, not feeling too well, ill in bed, throwing Shaun of the Dead, you're gonna have a good time. It's one of those things. Like, so I used to work in pubs, and sometimes wouldn't be getting home until like 2-3 in the morning, and I guarantee I'd probably watch that, like come home and just threw the TV on, and that was on a channel, and I watched it. Like I've watched parts of that film more times than I can count, just from like coming in and seeing it on and going, oh yeah, go on, I'll stick that on while I like have something to eat before I go to bed, and then end up like watching the film all the way through. It's just brilliant, and as I said at the start, it feels dated in some bits, but not as much as you'd think with a film that's like set in a specific time and a specific place. It is in part timeless, and like a lot of the setting and the theme on it. But obviously there is little things where you look at it and go, oh yeah, we don't have answering machines anymore. We don't have, well, we do have flip phones, but don't have this. We don't have that.
We don't have yellow pages.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just such a great film.
It is, and I don't do horror, but I'll do comedy.
I've never seen The Fifth Element all the way through. I've seen it in bits on different nights, but I've never seen it all the way through. It's just one of those films that's always on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do traditional horror. I can do a little comedy horror, but I can't traditional horror where it's like, we want to make people have a heart attack in the theater. Not me, buddy.
You don't get horror like that anymore. It either tends to be like gross stuff, like Hostel-y sort of thing, where it's just torture porn, or it's like A24 stuff where it's like it thinks it's cleverer than it is.
What about those nun movies, you know?
The Conjuring, oh mate, that's well out the window, and it's all based on lies anyway.
It is.
Because, well, I mean, if it's to do with ghosts, it's. I'm trying to think of the last horror thing that. Is it? Have you seen His House?
No.
British thing that genuinely unsettled me, but that's more to do with like trauma and yeah. But like Ooga Booga, I'm going to stab you sort of stuff. I've seen it millions of times. It holds little thrill for me. I liked the Las Vegas zombie one. Was that Army of the Dead?
The one with Big Dave Bautista in it.
Biggie Day, yeah. I liked that one just because it was ludicrous. And there was zombie tigers as well. Which I
do like more like bordering on ridiculous than like.
Yeah. Well, it's inherently a stupid premise.
Yeah.
Like they just like sealed Vegas off and just were going to nuke it, and I was like, "Yep." I mean, why not?
In the movies, that's always the Americans' answer. Let's just nuke it every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nuke the whales. You got to nuke something.
It worked in Resident Evil 2, and it's just like, yep, that's how they managed to like solve that problem. Let's just do it again.
That's not going to just vaporize the thing and put it into a more contagious. I'm trying to think was the last genuinely scary thing that I watched. But again, I wouldn't say this was scary. It's a rom-com essentially with zombies in it.
Yeah. It's a dark comedy, isn't it? It's a rom-com set in a world that's like it's a rom-com set at the end of the world.
Yeah.
Romantic zombie comedy.
Somcom.
Oh, we're done.
I was going to say, you lead them in, I'll lead them out.
Oh, Jay got us going, and then Joe wrapped it up. Wow, that was great.
See,
I brought nothing to the table. I brought nothing. I was just here. So All right,
We're on a
another.
different table behind, about 3 minutes behind us for a lot of it.
And I just sat here and ate peanuts the whole time. That's all I did.
It's fine. It's again, it's just it's just an infinitely quotable film.
Isn't it funny?
Got
Like
an
my
arm.
200th episode, the guy who hit the 200 mark didn't do nothing. Everybody else did all the work, and I just sat back and watched. So, isn't that fun?
That's how I get through life.
Well, kids, that's it for us. 200 episodes in the can. And buckle up. Here's 200 more. Thanks again to everybody for hanging out, for appearing on the show, for downloading, subscribing, for messaging me about episodes. Thanks to everybody. I have no intention of stop doing the show. Never say never. Anything could happen, yeah. But until I get bitten by something, I can no longer work a keyboard. Even if I do get bitten, and my muscle memory is to get behind a keyboard, 3 screens, and do a podcast. So maybe I'll just keep going. Except you won't be able to understand what I'm saying. So that's why they make the AI voiceover. It's no
I was
problem.
gonna say that'd be like, can you pronounce tzatziki?
Yeah. Not a problem. Either way, we'll keep churning. You keep listening, I'll keep making them. I'll keep making them. That's it. That's it for us, kids. Hang in there. More to come. Hot Fuzz, I'm sure, is going to be in the pipeline at some point. We're going to have to do the trilogy now. We've already talked about it. We'll have to do it. So stay tuned for that. Coming your way soon. But for now, that is episode 200, Shaun of the Dead.